I didn't even make 60% of what I would need on YouTube to pay my bills. Typically, to pay my bills, there's a certain amount of money I need to make minimum on YouTube to do it. I didn't get there in February. With the taxes coming up in April and everything, there's going to probably be times where I'm going to have to appeal to you guys again to try to save my butt. We're not there. I mean, I'm in real dire straits right now because I know what's going to happen. You know, I'm going to be a realist here. I'm not going to be a jerk, and I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm being honest with you. I get the feeling, you know, there's going to be times when I'm going to have to appeal to you guys for help this year. If enough people help me by pledging to Patreon by the end of this month, the next 4 days or so, by buying stuff on Teespring, or by tipping me on Twitch, I should be okay, but I don't know. Right now, I'm nowhere near close enough. And I'm going to be honest with everyone. I'm nervous. And the reason I'm nervous, if I don't see an increase from what I've been making during the summer, I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, I would say go get a job, but unfortunately, it's kind of out of the question, because if I take the time away from YouTube to go get a job outside of YouTube, it means that the whole YouTube thing is going to fall apart. The bottom line is right now what I'm kind of hinging on, which is really bad. My parents every year usually give me a birthday present. I'm actually counting on my birthday present to hopefully be enough, because I don't know what they're giving me, to pay my bills in April. I have bad news. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but according to YouTube, nothing is turning around, and basically I'm like this. I'm completely flat. So please, if you're watching this video, and take it seriously, and if you can, Patreon in the next 4 days by the end of May, or the end of March, excuse me, Teespring, or when you're watching my live stream, sending me a tip via Twitch as well. Those are the 3 ways you can really help me out right now. If you want to see me be able to keep doing this, I'm going to make a kind of a plea to you now. Please consider using Patreon. I don't know how I'm going to keep dealing with this shit moving forward. The $1 for you that you probably give as a tip somewhere, or you buy a pack of gum, or you burn it on something crappy, that $1 doesn't mean a lot as just $1, but it adds up for me.
Looks like I may end up in a ton of financial troubles to the point where I have to sell my house.
So, you know, it's been a bunch of disappointments. And I understand that when you have that, I get a slow month. But what I would like to pitch, obviously, for you is that if you ever have considered doing it, if you want to consider to see me keep doing this, live streaming gameplay, now I'm upgrading to 1080p, right? Always improving, always trying to do things a little differently to make it better for you guys. Consider becoming a paid subscriber on Twitch here. Outside of all that, I really don't have much else to say, and I do want to get started here with Horizon. So all I'll do is really quickly run through a couple plugs. And by the way, I really need your help, everyone. It is the final day of February, if you're not aware. All right. So anything that you could do to help me out right now is appreciated, because according to, you know, everything I'm looking at, my ad revenue, or my money earned on YouTube this month is abysmal. By far the lowest, I'm not even lying, by thousands of dollars. After I furnish this house, I'm going to be spending all my savings, gradually paying off the cost of the move and the cost to furnish the house for the next 2 years probably. So it's going to be tight, and I need your help to keep things going, okay? All right? I need help. Right now, I need, first of all, people who are watching my stuff to spread it via word of mouth so that I can keep paying my fucking bills and keep my house and not have it repossessed and shit. I need help. FYI, only 12 days left. We are still at least $200 away from the standard goal, which means we are way far away from the stretch goal on Patreon, all right? The bottom line, folks, is I really need your help this month. You know, with all the situation going on right now with these taxes, the only other thing you could do to help me is Patreon. Pledge money to get perks, get stuff back, but also to help me. Because if the bottom line is, if a small amount of my viewership were patrons, if 10% of the people who watch me every single month, I get around 2 million views still on DSP Gaming a month, and that's not counting views here on the King of Hate Vlogs or over on KO Gaming or anything like that. That's just the channel alone. Gets over 2 million views usually a month, all right? If 10% of 2 million, 10% gave $1 a month, I would never have to worry about YouTube again. End of January, I'm going to have a giant bill due. I don't even know what it's going to be, and I don't have the money. All right, just being real with you, I don't have the money. Right now, since I am skipping Infinite Warfare next week, okay, the only situation where I would ever play Infinite Warfare, one of two situations. Either someone completely donates it to me, all right, like 100%, Phil, here you go, and I have so much time that I'm not in the middle of other stuff and things not lingering, then I would play it if it was fully donated. Patreon's going to be more important than ever that I get this constant support from Patreon. So I'll say this. If you've pledged to Patreon, thank you very much. There's over 200 people who already have. If you haven't, but you're here every day and you watch my live streams, if you watch my on-demand videos on YouTube, all right? If you're into my stuff and you want to see it continue, you want to see me be able to do this long term and every day be able to put out free, informative, entertaining gameplay and edited reviews and content for you, please pledge to my Patreon. As little as $1 helps. $1, $1 is negligible for you, but it adds up and helps me. That's how the most successful people who use Patreon use it, is they have a ton of people who give a tiny little itty bitty amount, and it adds up for them. I'm in no condition or situation here to be buying a new television, unless there was some crazy like if I won the lotto, yeah, I'd probably buy a new TV, you know. Or if someone said, oh, Phil, you know, with all this going on, we really want you to have a new TV, so here, I'm just going to donate one to you or something. Now, I have something else I need to say. Sorry this pre-stream is so long, but I knew it would be because I have so much to talk about. As you know, next week I'm taking time off. I'm trying to recuperate, I'm trying to heal, I'm trying to rest, I'm trying to come back so I can come back fully refreshed for the rest of the year, alright? I need it. My throat's all fucked up and everything, okay? However, that means 5 days away, right? 5 days away from streaming. And as you guys and gals know, with YouTube, which completely the bottom fell out of it earlier this year, ad revenue plummeted, really live streaming and the cheering, the subbing, the tipping, all that has become my life's blood. In fact, as I've told you guys, Twitch is now about 50% of my income. It is. Twitch has become massively more important to me, live streaming and the interaction that we get because of, you know, the difference in balance now, the difference of my streaming and everything. That being said, I'm going to be away for 5 days, and because I'm going to be away for 5 days, that means there will be no subbing, tipping, or cheering for 5 days. That's huge, because 5 days away of a 30-day month, that's a good, sixth of the month, and that's a big dip in income that I need to pay my bills. So, what I would ask is that while you're watching my Dark Souls 2 playthrough, right, and or anything else I'm streaming between now and the time that I'm off, please be aware that I am going to be away, and I do need, whatever support you can lend. Cheering, subbing, tipping helps me tremendously. If you could be maybe a little bit more generous during the next week, since I'll be away for 5 days, I'd appreciate that, alright? So, all that going on, if you want to see me be able to cover all the hot new releases, I need your support, alright? Fair enough?